Okay, good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity. Uh, it's good for Damien that you have a partner here. You're the only one that have partners. Is there anybody want to be with me? Okay, I will be alone here, just like the others. But don't get sleepy, okay? Just 15 minutes. Please get up, wake up. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the Indonesian uh, process and challenge for the budgeting system, and a little bit about the using of AI, because we are in the stage of initiating the using of AI for our national budget, not for the sub-national budget that IFI has been developed 2 or 3 years ago. So because this national budget is much bigger than this sub-national budget, so we are maybe less than almost a year we are starting to use the AI. Okay, first I would like to, I am by myself operate this, really? Jay? No? By myself? Okay. Sorry, which one? I don't know. It's down? Okay. So, this just want to show you a brief picture of the Indonesian budget structure. Which one is this one? So, this is for the central government, and this one for the sub-national government. Almost the sub-national government's budget derived from the national budget. So, around 1/3 of the national budget are going to the sub-national government. So this is the structure of the Indonesian budget. So we are having a goals is to strengthen the economic growth, strengthen the employment, and alleviate the poverty alleviation and reduce the inequalities. We have several types of transfer. So that's why several types of transfers, several types of monitoring system for the transfer to the region, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 types of transfer. So 7 types of monitoring system that we have to watch very close and very clear how far they can reach the target within the subnational level. Okay, next now. This is the fiscal rules for our budget. My colleague in this morning has mentioned before that the budget deficit cannot be more than 3% of the maximum GDP. We are struggling now because of the global uncertainty. So we are now struggling to keep the budget deficit below 3%. And we have to keep also the outstanding debt less than 60% of the maximum GDP. And we have a monetary spending for education only, at least is 20% of the budget. And just like before the slide, this one, all of this include for example, the village fund, it has to be 10% of the total subnational transfer. It's ruled by the law. Okay, this one is the path of our experience, how to develop the performance-based budgeting. From 2003, we start the reform of our budget mechanism, budget regulation, up to now. So many up and down experience, struggle. We are using SPAN. We are developing IFMIS, SPAN, and Sakti. Sakti in Indonesia is something like superpower, unbeatable. Yes, I hope it is unbeatable. So now we have this stage up to now. So the upcoming agenda is to strengthen the implementation of AI and machine learning and something like a modern IT system. Okay, now this is the cycle. I think almost all the countries have a little bit similar budget cycle. Seems to be you are familiar with this, so I want to skip. So before year -1, then the planning and budgeting. Oops, sorry. Oh, sorry. So planning and budgeting, and that's the enactment and then the implementation. The year we have to implement all the budget, and then we have to record and report the realization of the budget, and then we have to make a audit and accountability phase to the authority. And then this is the cycle, and we have to meet this mechanism because it's ruled by the law here, then in this for the implementation regulation. Okay, this is the more the detail with the IT system. We have this one, Sakti, the unbeatable system, because under the Ministry of Finance, because we have a separated institution between the financial affairs with the planning affairs. So for the National Development Planning Agency, we have this one. And for the Ministry of Finance, we are dealing only for the finance affairs. That's why we have to synchronize between the national development planning and the budget. So this is the cycle. So that's why between both these two institutions, we have to make a very close relationship and coordination to make sure that the plan derived and defined by National Development Planning Agency and the MOF that gonna finance the project has to be coordinated. Okay, so this is our system, Sakti and Krishna with this agency. We have Sakti also for budgeting module and the implementation. We have SPAN. So we have at least 1, 2, 3 system that run the budget and coordinate with the planning program. Okay, that's all the introduction for our budget cycle in Indonesia. So next, I want to show you the use of data for budget policy formulation. Until what time, Mr. Moderator? I have time. The next 5 minutes, 6.
So overall is
50 minutes. Okay, I still have 20 minutes then. Oh no, obviously. Okay, I just want to have an example for the use of data for the budget policy formulation in Indonesia. 1, 2, 3 is expand the use of the data. But for this 1, this 4th, 5th, and 6th, we are trying to use the AI-based formulation. So for the first use of data, we have a cost standard and data calculation because the cost standard is very, very important for budgeting process. So the standard of the cost we have to define because the maximum, the ceiling for the budget has to be defined. So we are now using that cost standard to make a control for the line ministries for their maximum selling. And then we have a data synchronization that I have said before between Krishna and Sakti. This has between the planning agencies and the Ministry of Finance. We have to connect between both institutions. And the third one is pre-populated medium term MTF value, something like a rolling mechanism. for budgeting process that we have a 3 years ahead rolling mechanism to formulate the next year's budget system. And then we have a AI-driven dynamic tagging. This one is we develop tagging mechanism using AI just to help the budgeting process to be more specific, to be more accurate, and to be easier to be monitored. That's why we are using the tagging by implementing the AI. And then the AI-powered budget search system, realizing that there are a lot of huge of data, and with a different name. That's why when we search something with a different keyword, maybe it's going to be it's very, very hard to find what we are looking for. So that's why we are looking AI-powered budget search system to help us to search what kind of project, what kind of program to make it easier to find. And then the last one is the AI-based item name standardization. This also, we are using AI to help us because the name of the item sometimes also different. For example, the, what's it? A uniform maybe, uniform for nurse, uniform for the police, uniform for the public works, or so a lot of names. So that's why we are using AI to help us to find what is the exact name of the item. Okay, it's the sixth use of data that we are using for budget policy formulation. But frankly speaking, for AI, we have just we are now at the stage to finalize all the output, and I think maybe in the next 2 or 3 months we will formalize and then officially use the AI for those 3 items. So this is only that's the more detail how we use the cost standard for the cost standards, and for the output cost standards, input cost standards, and we are using it also for define the employee wage data and asset needs plan. And one of we are dealing with now is the locus, because we are very big country, archipelagos countries. The locus is very, very important. So this program is defined to go to the, I don't know, one island, one place, one village, but sometimes it's not easily defined. So by this, it's very, very helpful. And then this one, just like I've said before, this from Krishna and this Sakti, we have a synchronization module. So between them, they are talk each other. Conversation between those, between Krishna and Sakti, just to make sure that the planning and the financing are connect. So that's why we have a synchronization module to make sure that between both items are well connected. Okay, the next one, you have to report that this something like rolling budget concept. That's the baseline is from the previous years to the next year. So we are just rolling it out, yes, to say, automatically. So reducing the manual data entry. That's why I think this is much very, very helpful for us to formulate the budgeting process. Okay, and then this one, I just want to show you the dynamic tagging. We use the deep learning to predict something like this. So AI is trained to using historical line ministries budget data to predict the current year future of data. So we are using AI to help us to take many kind of project, so this was easier for us to find and to define the what to say, the project. Okay, next, this is the powered budget search system. Just I've said before that we have a budget data is very big, so exact match search is often very ineffective. So we are using semantic search and LLM, large language model, to help us to define the search system. That's why it's much easier for us to find what we are looking for. So between them has to be conversational analytics for budget data. Okay, and the last one, this one, we are using the AI-based item and name standardization, like I've said before, for this uniform, nurse uniform, and blah blah blah. A lot of name. So that's why and then clustering the name, and then the updating and clustering again, the merging, and then we have the final items, and then we standardize the items, so much easier for us to clustering and to define the various type of name only for one item. Okay, I think it's my presentation. This is the last one. We have a key challenge, of course, just like I've heard from the previous presentation, that using IT, using AI, it's not only about the technology, but also we are concerning how the institutional challenge also we have to deal with that. Also the system and data, we got a lot of data, different classification also we are dealing with those kind of challenge. And also we have to prepare the human resource that operate all the system. That's why all this, we keep improving all of the institutional challenge, the regulation, the institutional, and also the system data. We are also dealing more about the harnessing the AI, and also how to present, how to develop, and how to prepare the human resource and also the change management for the employee. That's why my presentation, I'm sorry if it's too short, and I do hope that we can have a discussion. Thank you very much.